week are we now? Week number 7, yeah? Right. Okay, thank you. Okay, so today I'm going to discuss with you a topic called time value of money, yeah? So this is a very important topic, all right? Now, why is it important? Because there are two reasons. Why is it important? There are two reasons. Number one, the money that we have, it changed. It changed because of two factors. Factor number one, because of time, and and factor number two, because of interest rate. Okay, so the money that we hold, the value of the money that we hold is going to change. Change because of two factors. Number one, because of time, and number two, because of interest rate. What does it mean? Very simple. Let's say last 10 years. For example, last 10 years, if you want to buy something, okay, it was much cheaper. But now with the same item that you want to purchase, you need more money. Why do you need more money? Because the value of money has changed. The value of money has changed because of time. So meaning over the years, the value of money is actually has depreciated. Your buying power actually has depreciated. So therefore, this topic is about how are we going to value the money because money changed due to time. That's number one. And number two, money also changed because of interest rates. So these are the two reasons that cause the money to change in value. Number one, because of time, and number two, because of interest rate. So I'm going to discuss how these two factors affect the value of money that we hold. Okay. Now, with regards to time value of money, there are two ways of computing the time value of money. Okay, so therefore, we want to know how are we going to value the money, because as I mentioned just now, the value of money change because of two factors, because of time and because of interest rate. These two we cannot avoid, because time is part of our life, and number two, interest rate is actually the pricing of money in the economy. So therefore, we cannot avoid these two factors. So now, how are we going to value money? Because of these two items, of these two factors. So to value money, there are two ways. Number one, we call it simple interest. Number two, we call it compounding or discounting interest. So there are two ways of valuing money. Number one, we call simple interest. Number two, we call compounding interest. So I will begin with simple interest first. Then after that, I will explain to you the compounding or discounting interest. Yeah. Okay. Now let's take a look at this. This is simple interest. Yeah. Now let's say, for example, you have 10,000 now, right? 10,000 now. Now we are talking about next 5 years. And as I said just now, interest is a price of money. So it's a mechanism of pricing money. So therefore, interest rate always available in the market because that is the component of money valuation. So let's say, for example, interest rate is 6% every year, per year. Of course, interest rate change, right? But we just make it simple. In this case, let's say, for example, interest rate average 6% per year. So now, with your 10,000, right, and with the interest rate 6% and time. Remember just now I said the value of money change because of two factors. Number one, time, and number two, interest rate, right? So 10,000 and then the interest rate and then time. So if you multiply, you are going to have 3,000. And this 3,000 is actually the return on your principal. The return on your principal. That means from your 10,000, okay, if you put money in the bank, for example, or in any investment, then you are going to have 3,000. So this 3,000, you are going to add back to your principal, right? So you are going to have 13,000. So 13,000, yeah. So how much was your money before? So last 5 years. So that means this is current, right? This is current. How much you have now? 10,000. We are talking about next 5 years. So in the next 5 years, you are going to have 13,000 here, right? So therefore, now 10,000 in this next 5 years, you need to have 13,000. And this 13,000 is equal to the value of 10,000 today. This is what this simple interest is trying to tell us. Okay, I repeat. So that means when you do this computation, you got 13,000, right? So what does it mean? 13,000 means after 5 years, meaning in year 5, the value of your money is actually, the value of your money now is 13,000, right? Okay. So in current means zero, it means current. Current now is 10,000. So that means in the next 5 years, you need to have 13,000 in order for you to have the same value of money, which is 10,000 today. This is what it means by simple interest, right? I'm giving another example. Okay, let's say you have 20,000 and then interest rate is 6% time 8 years, meaning 8 years from today. So 6% multiply by 20,000 times year, interest rate and year, right? And time. So you got 9,600. Now, when you add your 9,600 with your interest, with your principal, okay, 9,600, add your principal, you are going to have 29,600. So that means now after 8 years, your 29,600 is equivalent to your 20,000. Understand? So this is the time value of money. So in these two examples, I've explained to you how the value of money change because of time and because of interest rate. That means, for example, number 2, you need to have 29,600 in order for you to buy the same amount, which was 20,000 price. When was it? Now. But the 8 years after that, you need 29,600. So 29,600 is equivalent to 20,000 today. 20,000 today is equivalent to 29,600 in the 8 years from now. So this is time value of money, right? So I hope it's clear. If you do that kind of computation, it's called simple interest. Okay, now let me check with this brother. What's the name? Brother from Somalia. What's your name, brother? I forgot. Brother from Somalia.
No, it's brother Usman.
Was that India?
Yeah, Usman.
Okay. Somalia lost, huh?
No, Senegal.
What happened to Somalia? Not Somalia. Senegal, right? You're from Senegal, right?
Yes.
Senegal, Somalia.
Yeah. Yes, I'm from Senegal.
Senegal lost, right? Okay. Now I'm asking you, in Senegal, last 10 years, if you want to get married, how much? How much do you need to spend? Last 10 years. Are you married or not?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Last 10 years, if your brother married, how much do you have to spend?
I think like 4,000 ringgit.
Can you convert in ringgit?
Yeah, I say 4,000 ringgit.
4,000. Now, if your brother want to marry, how much?
Yeah, now I think you can spend like 7,000 or 8.
7,000 or 8,000, double, within 10 years. So that means the value of money in your country, it has changed from 4,000 to become 8,000, 100% increase, but actually you are buying the same person, right? You are buying a lady, right? For the dowry, but you have to spend more. So Abdul Rahman, dah kahwin belum? Are you married, Rahman?
Belum,
Rahman?
Doktor.
Belum lagi?
Yeah.
So if you want to marry next 5 years, so you have to pay more, Rahman, Muhammad, Syarah Ashraf, So that is what it means by the time value of money, Alright, okay. Now let me continue. So if you do your computation like this, that means this is the simple interest computation. So this simple interest computation explains to us how the value of money has changed, and we are talking about the same value, alright, but the number is bigger. But in terms of purchasing power is the same. Okay. Now, this simple interest is actually being applied in the case of hire purchase. Okay, hire purchase. So in the case of Malaysia, hire purchase financing, there is an act called Hire Purchase Act 1967, revised 1978. So that means if you want to buy a car, a vehicle, okay, you need to finance your purchase, right? So it's called hire purchase. So simple interest, the one that I show you just now, this one, simple interest computation for time value of money, the application is on purchasing vehicle or hire purchase financing. Okay, let's take for example, okay, we have a few price here, and this is in Malaysia. Okay, now let's say for example, and you know that in the market you can get financing from the lender. Okay, all right, example. Now let's say for example you want to buy Honda Civic. Okay, and the price of Honda Civic is this one, right? Okay, it's a price between 109 to 134,000. So you want to buy this Honda Civic. Okay, and then the selling price, let's say 110,000. Depends on the spec, the accessories that you want to buy. Okay, so let's say for example, the bank can finance your purchase up to 90% maximum. 90%. So therefore, 90% you multiply with the what we call it, the selling price of the vehicle or the car is going to be 99,000. All right, so that means you are going to purchase the car, and then you have to come out the balance. Okay, you have to come out the balance. That means you have to come out how much? 110 minus 99, right? Okay, that one you have to come out your own pocket money. But 99,000 you are going to borrow, or you are going to finance the purchase, the higher purchase from bank, for example. So 99,000, the principal or your financing multiply with 5%, the rate, and multiply by 7 years. Okay, so this is the interest that you have to pay to the bank. All right, or this is the profit that you have to pay to the bank. So 99,000, which is the principal, you add back with the interest, so you will have 116,325. So based on my explanation just now, that means 99,000 now is equivalent to the value of 116,235 next 7 years. All right, but as I said, this simple interest is applied in the case of time value of money for higher purchase. So we have 116,325. So 116,325 you divide with 7 years, multiply by 12 months. So you are going to have 1,384. So this 1,384 is the monthly payment of the higher purchase that you have to pay to the bank until your financing expired. All right. So this is how the simple interest is applied in the case of higher purchase financing. So in the case of Islamic bank, all right, you know the Islamic bank they have the contract, so they will not lend you money, right? So in fact they finance your purchase of your vehicle. So therefore what they do is in their contract, 1,384, you can see here 1,384 times 7 years times 12, so you get this number, right? So this number is the selling price of the vehicle to you. So if you go to the Islamic bank, so they go by this contract, right? They go by this contract and divided by 7 years times 12 months, so you have to pay 1,384.82. But for the conventional bank, they basically lend you 99,000 now for you to buy the car, which is called hire purchase financing. I hope it's clear, yeah? So if you have any question, please ask me, please. Okay, then the next one. Okay, so I've done on the simple interest. So as I said just now, simple interest is applied on hire purchase financing. All right. Okay, now the next one is I'm going to share on how you can value money using compounding or discounting method. Now, if you want to compound, that means you are moving forward. That is what I mean compound. But if you want to discount, you are discount backward. Okay, so discounts backward, compound forward. Understand, yeah? Okay. Now, in this compounding or discounting, there are 4 methods. Number 1, we call future value. Number 2, present value. Number 3, future value annuity. Number 4 is present value annuity. So what are these 4? These 4 methods is actually the method to value compounding or discounting interest. Okay, so now if future value, that means you are here and you want to determine the future. That means you are doing compounding. Right? If you are here, you want to know the future. That means you are doing compounding. But present value means, okay, you know the value in future, but you want to know the value now, present. It is called discounting. So future value is compounding, present value is discounting. So there are 4 ways, for us to value money using this method number 2, either compounding or discounting. Now, if you look at my notes, there is a different here. A, future value. B, C is future value annuity, right? So what does it mean by annuity? Annuity means a series of cash flow and the cash flow is the same. I repeat, annuity means it's a series of cash flow and the cash flow is the same. Let's say, for example, you buy insurance or you buy takaful. Every month you have to pay same amount for your medical insurance, for example, right? So because you every month same amount of money until your takaful expired, that is called annuity. Okay, if you pay the payment different amount every month, that is not annuity. Annuity means every year or every month you pay same amount of money, same payment. Let's say, for example, you buy a house and every month you pay same amount of installment for your house. That is called annuity. Understand, yeah? All right. So I'm going to explain to you these 4 methods that we want to value money based on compounding and discounting interest. Okay. Now, what does it mean by future value? I've explained to you just now. Future value relates to compounding. That means future value means like this. You are here. 0 means now. You want to know the value of money in future. That's what we call future value. Right? So if you want to determine the future value in future, meaning in this year, all right, let's say, for example, next 4 years, that means you must know the value now, the value of money now. This value of money is called present value. Understand, yeah? So if you want to value future value of money, that means you must know present value. So you have to apply this formula. Okay, future value is present value multiply with 1 plus I to the power of n. So this is a standard formula for future value. All right, so what you need to do, okay, very simple. You know the value of your money now, 1,000. Okay, so 1,000, this is your present value, 1,000, and 1 plus I is the interest rate. Okay, so the interest rate in this case 3%. You see the computation, 3%, and then n is number of years. Why 4? Because we are talking about money next 4 years, right? That's why you have 4. So if you do this computation, you will get this amount. Okay, what does it mean? It means that now the value of money is 1,000, but next 4 years you need to have this amount in order for you to have equal value of 1,000 before. That means last 4 years. Understand? So if you do like this, it's called future value. All right. Okay. Now in your exam, I don't expect you to do this. This is manually, right? So because you are going to be a management after this in management, so therefore you need to have a quick decision because, decision making is very important, right? So therefore you must be able to decide fast. So one of the way available is you can use Excel. You can use Excel to compare value of money. But of course, you need to understand the concept. So the concept of future value is like this. You have to apply the formula. But as I said just now, for your exam, we are not going to use a formula. But I have to explain to you because you need to understand formula. But for implementation, application, I'm expecting you to be familiar with Excel. Because Excel is actually a tool, for us to decide. All right, how are we going to use Excel? Very simple. Now, when you go into Excel, right, you look for financial, right? In Excel, there is a category, right? You look for financial. Now, in financial, you look for future value. Look for future value. So, when you go to future value, right, then there is what we call function arguments. Okay, so what you need to do, very simple. They ask you the rate. So how much is the rate? 3%. Okay, in this example, it's 3%, right? interest rate is 3%. So you put in 3%, but there is no percent here, so you need to put in 0.03. Understand, yeah? Okay. NPR means number of years. So 4, right? 4. Okay. And how much the money you have now? 1,000. So you have 1,000 now. Okay. And we are talking about next 4 years. And then the interest rate is 3% per year. So you will have this number. Okay. You click OK, you will get this number also. All right. You can ignore the minus sign here. You can ignore the minus sign. So this number must be the same with the formula that I showed you just now. The answer in the formula, using formula, and the answer using Excel must be the same. That means 1,000 now. The next 4 years is equivalent to 1125. All right. Okay. I give you 3 minutes. I want you to just look at your Excel. Okay. Follow the steps and then get the same amount. 3 minutes. Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, so I hope you have got the function. Anyone? Muhammad? Okay, tak Muhammad? Rahman? Anyone?
Okay, doctor.
Do you get it?
Yes, yeah, we got it.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Yeah. So I move on. Okay, the next one is, okay, this is another example. All right, another example. Still on future value. So 5,000. Okay, and you want to determine how much is the future value. 3% for 5 years is going to be 5,000 plus. All right, using the formula. All right, and it's called compounding because you want to determine future value. As I said just now, it's a compounding, right? Okay, now using the formula in function argument in Excel, you will get the same. 3%, 5 years, present value, you will get the amount. As I said just now, you just ignore the minus sign. Just ignore. Okay, so that means 5,000 now is equivalent to 5,796 for the next 5 years. I stop for a while because there is an azan. Okay, Assalamualaikum. Okay, let me continue. Right. Okay. Okay, so we have done on the future value. Right. As I said, future value is a compounding. Now we move to the present value. Okay, present value means you know future value and you are looking for present value. That means it's a discounting. So if you want to determine the present value of your money given future value, that means you have to modify the formula. So this is the original formula just now, right? So for this formula, if you want to have present value, so you must divide future value over 1 plus I to the power of n. All right, so in this example, okay, let's say for example, next 4 years, okay, next 4 years 0.4. Next 4 years you expect to have 1,000. Okay, next 4 years you estimate this is the money that you're going to have. Okay, and then the interest rate is 3% per year. Right? So how much is the value of money now? Okay, so if you do like this, you will have 888.49. Right? So that means 888.49 is the value now, equivalent to 1,000 next 4 years. Okay, so if you want to determine this computation using Excel, very simple. You go back to financial, but this time you look for present value. Just now you look for future value, right? Now you go for present value. So for this function, 3%, 4 years. Now you have to type 1,000 because this is the amount of money that you are going to have, right? So you can have the present value, the present value. Yeah? So 888 is equivalent to 1,000 next 4 years, right? Okay, as I said, you can ignore the minus sign, right? Okay, this is another example. Okay, another example. So in this example, you expect to have 20,000 next 10 years. And then you are here. So from this 20,000 next 10 years, how much you expect now? So you can have this formula again, right? Okay, then you can have 15,000 here. That means if you expect 20,000 next 10 years, the value of this money now is equivalent to 15,881, right? So again, you can use the Excel function, 3%, 10 years, 20,000 equivalent to 15,881. So very straightforward, yeah? Right. Okay. Okay, so we have done the present value and future value. So now we want to determine future value, but this time we have annuity. Okay, this time we have annuity. So as I said just now, what is annuity? Annuity is a series of same cash flow every month or every year. Okay, the cash flow must be the same amount. So example is like insurance or life takaful. Life takaful, every month you pay the same amount. So for you to determine future value annuity, all right, for you to determine future value annuity, so this is the formula. See that? This is the formula. So future value annuity is equivalent to PMT over I. So PMT is payment or the cash flow over interest rate, okay, multiplied by 1 plus I to the power minus 1. Example, let's say you deposit every year 1,000. So that means the timeline is like this. Every year you deposit 1,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every year you determine 1,000. Every year you determine you put in 1,000. Okay. So if you put in 1,000 every year for 5 years, interest rate is 5%. You apply the formula, you will get 5,526. So what does it mean? It means that 1,000 you deposit every year. At the end of year 5 is equivalent to 526. Okay, why you call it annuity? Because here you can see series of cash. Just now you don't see series of cash flow. Just now what you have is actually present value. Then you want to determine future value, right? Right. But in this case, you have series of cash flow of same amount. That's called annuity. But you still want to determine the future value, right? So future value annuity. Okay. Now, so you are going to have 5,526. This is the cash flow, the one that I explained to you just now. Now in your Excel, very simple. You are looking for future value, right? So go to the future value function. So what you need to do now is 5%, 5 years, payment. As I said, payment is the cash flow, 1,000. So if you do this, right, you will have 5,525. So this is the value of money you are going to have at the end of year 5. Just now you use this column, right? But now you don't use this column. You use the cash flow annuity column. Right? Okay, another example. You deposit every month 1,000. Just now, in this example, it is you deposit every year. Okay? But of course, for for practicality, we are talking about deposit every month, right? Not every year. But of course, I have to give you that example first. So deposit every month 1,000, 5% per year for 5 years. So what are we going to do in order for us to what we call it, adjust the formula? Okay, very simple. We are still using this, right? Okay, so this is the formula for future value annuity. Okay, this is the formula for future value annuity. But when you deposit every month, the one that you have to adjust is like this. This interest rate, right? This is the formula that we used just now. This is the formula, right? The same formula, yeah. Now what we are going to do is this I, because it's in a year, but your cash flow or your deposit 1,000 every month, so you need to divide it by 12. Understand, eh? Okay. Then this I divided by 12, right? And your N is 5 years. So if you every month, that means you must times 12. Understand, eh? That's why in this computation I put this 0.05 divided by 12. 0.05 divided by 12. And then 5 times 12. That means you are going to do 60 times deposits. So if you do this computation, you are going to have 68,016. That means you put in 1,000 every month. For how long? 5 years. And then your deposit, you earn 5% per year. All right. So you are going to have 68,016 at the end of year 5. So what you can do is, for this Excel future value, now for this 5% just now, what you need to do, you divide by 12. So you're going to get this number. 5 years times 12, you are going to get this number. All right. Your cash flow, you put 1,000. So you will have the same amount, 68 plus. Understand, eh? 68 plus. All right. So that's how you do the computation for future value annuity. Future value annuity. All right. Okay. Okay. So I hope it's clear. So what does it mean? It means like this. Okay. Let's say, for example, if you want to retire, I'm giving just a simple example. If you want to retire next 5 years, okay, and then in this example, you want to retire and you want to have 68,000 plus at the end of year 5, meaning by the time you retire. So in order for you to have this amount, within 5 years, what you need to do? You need to deposit 1,000 every month from now until year 5. So at the end of year 5, you are going to have 68,000 plus. So this is retirement planning, right? Yeah. Okay, so we have done on that one. So the next one is present value annuity. Okay, and I've explained to you what this means by annuity. So payment, annuity, present value annuity. So this is the formula for present value annuity. This is the formula that you need to apply. It's a bit different compared to future value. Yeah. So in this example, let's say you deposit every year 1,000. Interest rate is 5% for 5 years. So you are going to deposit 1,000 every year. For how long? For 5 years. And then the deposit rate is 5% per year. And you want to determine how much is the value of your money now. That means you are talking about present value. Because annuity means because this cash flow is the same, right? So you can just apply the formula, meaning you see the formula here, right? T, all right, so you have to put in 1,000 divided by interest rate and so on. So you're going to have 4,330. That means if you put in 1,000 every year for 5 years, now the value is 4,330 given interest rate 5%. Okay, so if you want to use Excel, very simple, go for present value. Go for present value. Rate is 5%. Time is 5 years period. Cash flow 1,000 every year. So you will get 4,329. The same as the computation answer if you use the formula. Right, yeah? Okay, another example. You deposit every month for 5 years. Interest rate 5%. That means every month. So For every month, that means you must divide I with 12, and times 12. So that means 5 years means you are going to have 60 times deposit. You are going to put in 60 times. So if you do that, you are going to have 53,000 plus. That means 1,000 you deposit every month for 5 years. And the bank give you 5%. Present, the value is equivalent to 53,000 plus. Okay. Now, if you want to use the function in Excel, very simple. 5% divided by 12. You got this number. 5 times 12, you got 60. You deposit 1,000 every month, then it's going to be this amount. You will get the same answer. Right. Now, let me explain to you when that we use this time value of money. Okay, as I said, it's very popular in the case of computation for takaful, right? But in the case of the example that I'm going to give you is in the case of buying house or housing loan or mortgage financing. So this also can be applied because you are paying same amount, provided you paying same amount for your housing loan. Okay, let's take a look. For example, okay, this is a project, Vista Danau Kota. Okay, this Vista Danau Kota is in Setapak. All right, the price of this condo is 300,000. So it's considered quite cheap, because you don't get this amount in Kuala Lumpur. All right, so selling at 300,000, but there is a condition. It says that you must be the first home buyer. That means if you have purchased a house before, you're not qualified. So you must be the first time house buyer. Only then you can qualify buying this condominium, selling at 300,000. Right? And then they give you the development acre, land title, project completion, okay, expected and fourth quarter of 2023 next year. How many block? One block. How many units? 910 units, and this is the selling price. So these are basically in the brochure, they give you the details about the project. Okay. And what does it say? It said that you must work in KL or stay in KL, Malaysian citizen, first house, and then single income below 10,000. Single income below 10,000. Household income below 15,000. Household income means you and your wife. If you alone, must be below 10,000. You combine with your wife, cannot be more than 15,000. But you must be the first time buyer. If you already have a house under your name, you're gonna buy, right? So it's quite nice place where you can have. There is a what we call it. There is a lake. Here there is a lake, and then there is already a project, and then the project is somewhere here. Okay. So if you know this place, you can see that it's under construction now. It's called Vista Danau Kota. And this is one of the cheapest I can say. But of course, this is the project that in 2021 they launched it. Now already taken. But the project is under construction. So you have gone to see the banker, and you want to know the rate. So the bank says, okay, we are going to charge you 2.5 to 5 to 3%. So you can see here. This is the they are using the word profit rate. Okay, for Islamic bank they use the word profit rate. So 2.5, 2.5, 3%. So this is the rate they charge you every year. Right? And then they give you maximum loan 35 years, 35 years, 35 years. So in Malaysia, the bank for housing loan or house financing, they can finance you up to 35 years. So how much they can give you? 95%, 90%, 90%. So there is no 100% loan. That means you have to come out with your savings or deposit in order for you to top up the balance. All right. Okay. Then okay. Flexi loan here means you have the option not to pay same amount every month. So if you see something like this, normally is a conventional. So this is a conventional loan. This is conventional loan. All right. But here you can see full flexi. Flexi, it says no, right? That means this is a fixed rate. There is a fixed rate over the years. Huh? So this is the Islamic bank lah, the bank muamalat. Okay. Now let's say for example, just now I said 300,000, right? Okay. Let's say in my computation here, the house price is 300,000, and then you borrow, the financing is 2.5%, and you want to finance 15 years. So you want to know how much are you paying every month. So in this case, you don't look for the present value like we did before. What we did before is actually we compute present value and we compute future value, right? Here we want to know how much are we paying. So in this example, we don't know the cash flow. In the previous example, we know the cash flow, because here we want to know how much are we paying per month, right? So you can use the same formula. Okay, now let me explain to you clearly. Why can't I use future value formula? Why I need to use present value formula? Because you want to buy the house, right? You want to buy the house now. That's why for the housing price loan financing computation, you are using present value. You don't use future value because you want to buy the house now and you want to know how much are you paying per month. That's why you are using present value formula. Remember that, don't use future value, because you are not going to buy the house 30 years from now, right? You are talking you want to buy the house now. That's why using present value. Present value annuity, because annuity got one present value, one future value, right? Don't use future value because you are talking about buying the house now. Now mean present. So we are using the present value formula. All right. So this is the formula, right? So in this case, you know the value, 300,000. The present value you know now, 300,000. So PMT divided by I. All right. So you need to divide it by 12. That means this one you must divide it by 12. This one you must divide it by 12. This one you must divide it by 12. Okay. So if you work for the formula to get the payment, you will get this amount, 2,000 plus. That means if you want to buy the house, the condo just now, this one, okay, and if you plan to borrow for 15 years, if you want to get financing for 15 years, and then the bank charge you 2.85% per year, that means you must pay 205017 per month. So you can use Excel, but this time, if you want to use Excel, you must look for PMT function. PMT function, not future value, not present value. PMT function, because you want to know the payment, right? So under PMT function, in the rate 0.0285 divided by 12. How many years you want to pay? 15 times 12. How much the present value now? How much is your loan now? Or how much is the price of the house now? 300,000. So if you place in all this form of this item, then you will get 2050. That means the price of the house that you want to buy at 300,000 financing, right? That means 300,000 financing. Let's say you got this % financing, 300,000 financing, and you plan to pay for 15 years. Every month you must pay 2050, right? Okay, that's how you use the PMT function. Now let me okay, can you do something like this? Okay, let's say for example, you just and then you don't think you can pay 2,050 per month. All right, and then you want to pay less, right? You want to pay less. So what do you do? Okay, you want to pay less. What do you do? So you basically will increase this number of years, right? Because 15 years you have to pay 2050. All right. So you want to pay lesser than this because this amount is too big for you. All right. And you know that the bank in this example, they can give you maximum. Where is it just now? They can give you maximum 35 years, right? Okay. 35 years. Okay. Now what I want you to do now. Okay. You submit to me. Okay. Submit to me. like this. You submit to me something like this. You tell me your age in the paper. Tell me your age in the paper. Okay. Let's say, for example, if your age is 40, okay, if your age is 40, the maximum that you can borrow is 30. Understand? Why 30? Because the maximum year they allow you 70. Understand? Is it clear? Is it clear or not?
Clear, Doctor.
Clear? Clear or not? So you must write down your age lah. Although the bank can lend you up to 35 years, right? But there is a cut-off. It cannot be more than 70. So if your age is 30, right? 35. So 70. This one okay. That means you can take maximum 35. Understand? You can take 35 years until you reach 70. Okay. So although they tell you 35, so there is a cut off. So what I want you to do is, this is assignment. What I want to do, you provide your age. Because if you provide your age, then you will know what is the maximum years you can borrow. All right. And then after that, you do this computation. Okay. Same computation. In the housing price is 300,000. We are talking about the same project, 300,000. And then you compare what is the amount of payment, monthly payment that you comfortable, but subject to your age, because the maximum you can finance your house until age 70. Okay. So I want you to do this computation, and then you submit to me, and then you submit to me something like this. Something like this. You use this screenshot, right? Screenshot. Screenshot in my keyboard, Shift and then Windows S. I don't know about your computer, but this one is actually using my keyboard. Not screen, because screen the quality is not good. Okay, any question on this? Anyone? Are you clear?
Can you, Doctor, please repeat?
I cannot hear you lah, brother.
My voice is not clear, Doctor.
What do you say?
The assignment. What you are required to do in the assignment?
The assignment?
Yes.
What to do? Just now I explained to you what to do. How much is the house price? Paya Ahmed.
I'm not sure, Doctor, about you said 2000?
House price. We got house price 2000. Paya.
I couldn't get you, Doctor, when you were talking about the assignment. Can you please
Say again?
My voice is audible?
Wait, let me do something with the sound. 1 second. Okay, Bea. Yeah. Can you speak again?
Yes, Doctor. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Doctor?
Yes, Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Okay, Doctor. Now, can you please repeat what you are required in the assignment?
Okay. What was the price? Look at your notes. What was the price of the house?
300,000.
Yes. The price of the house is 300,000. Okay. Now you want to buy the house. And then how much is the rate the bank give you just now? Look at your notes.
0.05.
0.05. Yeah, what are you talking about? You look at your notes. I've given you my notes, right? Look at the notes. Look at the notes. Look at my example. Okay, how much is the rate? See here, how much is the rate?
2.85.
Yeah, the rate is 2.85, right? How much is the price? The price of the house is 300,000, right? Okay, now let's say your age is, you are now, for example, I'm giving an example. You now 40 years old. If you look at the term here, you can borrow up to 35 years, right? You can borrow from the bank up to 35 years. Can you go for 35 years? Yes or no?
Yes, I can.
How come you can? Just now I said maximum
okay.
is?
If I am 40, I can't.
No, maximum is how many years?
70.
70, right?
Yes.
So 40 plus 35 cannot, because
No.
75, right? That means you can go maximum if you are now 35. Is okay? Right? Yes or no? Can you
Yes,
follow?
yes, Doctor. Yes.
So that means based on the current computation, 2,000 plus. Let's say 2,000 plus is too expensive for you, right? And you don't think you're comfortable paying, so you want to pay less. If you want to pay less, what happened to the number of years? Increase or decrease?
Increase.
Increase, right? So you can ask the bank, okay, I want to pay more than 15 years. Why do I want to pay more than 15 years? Because if I pay 15 years, the amount is 2,050, and this is too high for me. And I target, let's say I want to pay 1,200 per month. So if you want to pay 1,200 per month, what do you need to do? Bea, what do you need to do? Tell us. If you want to pay 1,200 per month, what are you going to do?
I have to prolong the tenure.
Yes, you have to prolong. That means your year must be more than 15, right?
Yes.
So you can put any amount. I don't know, maybe 20 years, because you target 1,200. So I want to see this computation. But of course, first you must put down your age, because your age will determine the maximum number of years you can borrow, because the bank allowed you only up to year 70. Okay, only year 70 maximum. So in this case, although they give you 35 years, but because you're 40, your age is 40, maximum you can borrow only 30. Okay, so you need to play around, and then you put a target. Okay, how much you want to pay? So you play around in the function. Then after you're happy with the amount, okay, let's say for example, okay, I want to pay 1,200 per month. This is okay for me. Then you print screen. Sorry, not print screen. Screenshot. You screenshot, then you submit in your assignment. Put your name. Is it clear, Bera? Are you
Yes,
clear
Doctor.
now? Okay, Is it
So do
okay?
Doctor put our
Yeah.
real age or any age?
Your age now.
Okay.
Don't put your wife age. Your age.
Okay,
Why you
Doctor.
want to put your wife age? Your own age. Because surely one day you want to buy a house, right? Why you want to put your wife age? Use your age. Right? Bea, yeah? Okay. Any other question? Is it clear?
Thank you,
Hassan?
Doctor.
Okay, Bea. Hassan, are you clear?
Yes, doctor. Yes.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. All right, good. Okay. After this, you must submit tonight, I wait for your assignment. All right. If you clear, I move on, yeah? Ayan. Ayan. Are you clear, Ayan?
Yes, Doctor. Thank you.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So I move on. Okay, all right. Okay, done. We're done on that one. So very simple. What you need to do is you want to buy a house. How much is the house? 300,000. Okay. Now you want to pay per month. All right. So you decide how much you want to pay per month. So if you're comfortable with 2,000 plus, okay, of course you can pay 15 years. But if you don't feel comfortable 2,000 plus, you want to pay less, so you must increase the number of years. So the bank says maximum period is tenure, they call it tenure. So it's 35 years. And I said just now, although it's stated 35 years, the cutoff is 70. Okay, if you are now 35, okay, you can borrow for 35 years. But if you are 40, the maximum you can go is only 30 years because 40 plus 30 is 70 years. Right? Eh? So I want to see how much you can pay per month. So that's your assignment for this topic lah. Alright. Okay. Now, and then another aspect that you can use for, just now I show you present value annuity, right? Present value annuity, and then after that I give you example payment, right? And this is for the housing, and this is the one that you have to work for your assignment, right? Okay, another aspect actually that you can use this time value money is actually for retirement planning. Okay, let me explain to you. Now you are 35 years old, example. Then you plan to retire age 55. So from 35 until 55, you have 20 years. Meaning you are going to work for 20 years from now, right? And your salary is 3,000 per month. Okay, I do not know in other country, but in Malaysia, for example, if you earn 3,000 per month, there is a contribution that you have to pay to the retirement saving. Okay, in which 9% multiply with your salary, 9% times your salary, that is your portion. That means from your 3,000 per month, you have to put into your saving retirement old age 9%. Okay, 9%. So 9% times 3,000. Then in addition to that, 11% times 3,000. So this 11% is your employer. Understand? Eh? So 9% is you. 11% your employer. So you and your employer combine 20%. Right? Okay? So 9% times 3,000 plus 11% times 3,000. Right? So you will put in 600 per month into your retirement saving. Meaning at the age of 55 only you can withdraw your saving. Understand? Eh? So if your salary is higher, of course this is higher, right? Okay, right. So in this example, every month you put in 600. Why 600? Because 3,000 is your salary, and then 9% is your contribution, 11% is your employer contribution. So it's going to be 600. So how many years are you going to work? 20 years, right? Times 12. Okay. Now, assuming that interest rate is 6% per year, or the investment rate is 6% per year because you put money in the retirement fund, so they give you the return. Example 6%. So this scenario is actually, it means like this. You are 35, right? Now you are 35. And you are going to work until 55. That means 20 years from now. Every month you put in 600. Right? Every month you put in 600. So you know that you put in 600. Then 6% you divided by 12. 6% divided by 12. 20 times 12. So now you want to know how much are you going to have in when you reach 55. You not interested in present value. Or interested when you retire. That's why you are using future value. Understand? I hope you understand that one. So don't get confused. Which one to use? Present value in the case of housing. But in the case of retirement, you're interested to know in future, right? When you're getting old. So that's why I'm using future value. So if you do this computation, when you retire, you are going to have 277,224. Understand? So how do you do that? Very simple. So now you look for future value. Why future value? Because you know your cash flow, right? right? So 6%, 20 years, 600. So after you reach 55, you are going to have 277,000. You are going to have 277,000 in your account. In your account. Right? In your account. Okay? If you deposit 600 per month, for how long? 20 years. So, is it useful? Yeah, of course it's useful, right? So, if you want to plan for your retirement, by the time you retire, and you must target how much you want to have, but also you must also know how much you want to put in your money, right? So that means you must work for your cash flow, for your payment, or for your annuity every year, because you have the target, right? That is what it means. Time value is applicable for retirement planning. Understand? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now. Okay. Then after that. Okay. Actually, this one, yeah, you can. Okay, you see here, this is the amount, right, that you're going to have at the end of 55, right? At the end of the 55. That means at the end of 55, how much you're going to have? You're going to have this amount, right? But assuming now you have 60,000. Okay, you already, your age now is say 35, and you have 60,000. This 60,000 is actually in your retirement lah. Okay, and then every month you pay 600. So I'm giving another example here. Okay, I'm giving another example. So now you have 60,000. You want to know your future value annuity. So just now you do the computation, right? From your 600, then you got this number, right? 277, right? 277, right? 277. But this 60,000 is in your saving. Of course, this 60,000, it will grow until this year, right? Okay. So what formula you need to use? You cannot use annuity because this is not annuity, right? So that's why you use the future value formula. See that? Okay, future value formula. So when you use the future value formula, 60,000 divided by 12, like one we did before. So you are going to have 198,000. That means your 60,000 now, after 20 years, is going to be this much. Right? So in your saving at the age of 55, you have two source of money. Number one is this 60,000, you grow it, and then every month you pay, right? And you got the amount at the end of your 55 retirement. So of course you have to add, right? So this is the earlier one. So 60,000 become 198. Then when you add together, it's going to be 475,836. So that means when you retire at the age of 35, you have 60,000. So your 60,000 will become 198. And then on top of that, how much is your pay just now? You pay how much just now? 600, right? Your 600 will become 277. So after you retire, how much total you have? 475. Understand? Okay. So you can plan for your retirement. So one of the aspect of time value of money is actually you can plan for your retirement how much you want to have. All right? Okay. Okay. And then in this example, I expand further this example. Now, when you reach 55, how much you have just now? You have this one, right? 475, right? So that's why I have this 475. So where does this 475 come from? Yeah, from your 60,000 you grow it, and then your 600 per month. Okay. Now the issue here is, assuming after you reach 55, and then you expect you are going to live for another 20 years. Understand? Another 20 years. So now you have 400 plus, right? And you expect you can live another 20 years until 75. So the issue here is every month, what is the maximum amount you can spend? All right. So of course you can compute, right? Because you know the present value now. All right. Because you're already 55. And then 20 years you live for 12 months. The rate is 6%. How much can you spend? So you are looking for PMT now, right? Okay, so you work using the formula or you can use the Excel. Using the Excel, look for payment as we did before. Rate 6%, 20 years, present value based on your computation. So that means you can spend maximum 3,000 plus. Okay, that means you can spend maximum 3,000 plus in order for you to live for 75 years. If you spend more than 3,000 plus, what happened? If you spend more than 3,000 plus, what happened? What happened?
You
You
will be in
will not
trouble.
have some money for
We
your.
don't have money to live.
If you spend more than 3,000 plus per month, that means not enough lah, right? Not enough because you have done the computation. So this is what it means. Time value of money can be used for many things. Can be used for, for you to determine your housing purchase, car purchase, and also for your retirement. So that means you must plan. We must plan, So in this case, the maximum that I can pay for the maximum that I can spend is 3,000 plus. I cannot spend more than this because I've done my computation. And my computation shows just now, where is it? Here, right? Okay, with the retirement amount that I have, 20 years expected living, I can spend maximum 3,409. But if I want to spend more, what do I do? Anyone? If I want to spend more, what do I do? If I want to spend more than 3,409, what should I do?
Try to generate income, side income.
Okay, if I want to spend more than 1,000 plus, right? And I expect that I'm going to live 20 years, so I have to increase this amount, right? Meaning by the time I retire, I must have more than this amount. This amount is not enough because I want to spend 5,000. Understand? So if I want to spend 5,000 per month, what should I do? My retirement saving at the age of 55 cannot be 475, must be more. So what do I do? Then I have to work more and I have to get good job, or I want to do some side income doing my business, so therefore I can have extra money. Understand? Alright. Okay, so that's all, for time value of money that I want to share with you today. So I want you to submit to me 2 assignments. Actually 1 assignment for time value of money. But number 1 is the housing just now. It's clear, right? Number 2 is about this. It's about this. It's about this one. Understand? You understand? This is a story, right? How old are you now? So your age here must be the same with your age when you purchase the house, because we are talking about the same person, right? So your current age and when you want to plan to retire. You want to plan retire age, what age? What age? Bea, what age you plan to retire?
I have to get job first, doctor.
Yeah, I mean, of course, after after certain age, you think you want to rest, right? What age?
Yes, doctor.
What age?
Maybe 60.
60. 60,
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so in your assignment, you put 60 lah. Understand? So 60 minus 35 is 25, right? 25. So you have to work for 25 years. Okay, Bea. Then you put in lah how much salary you expect per month. Okay, so as I said just now, I'm not sure in your country, but in Malaysia, 9% and 11%. 9% is you, 11% is your employer contribution. So for simplicity, we are going to follow this lah, 9% and 11%. All right, so from here, you can have your future value, right? Okay, you can have your future value, right? Then after that, After that, okay, in this example, let's say now you have, in this example, you have 60,000, right? So I do not know how much you have now. You can put in any amount you like. But of course, you know, it's good if you can do real computation for yourself lah. Okay, I leave it to you. How much you have now. So this amount that you have now, you are going to grow it upon your retirement, which is this one, right? Then you add with the future value of your salary, you are going to have this much. Okay. Then after that, okay, you do like this one. How long you expect to live? In this example, 75. I do not know. It's up to you, you know, based on your family history, you know, up to you. All right. Then after that, I want to see how much can you spend per month in order for you to support your living expenses until you reach your the age that you plan, you know, to live. So the rate you are using 6%, make it same. And then how about this one? This one is 5%, right? This one is 5%, 6%, right? Use 6%. So your rate is 6%. Okay. So your assignment is about housing and also about your retirement. Okay. Any question? Any question? Any question? It's okay?
Doctor.
Yeah, Muhammad.
Doctor, I just want to ask, how about effective profit rate? Currently,
Oh,
we are using profit rate. How about like flat rate and floating rate?
okay. Floating rate means like this, Muhammad. Floating rate means, let's say, for example, the bank tell you, okay, the bank tell you that, you know, they price your financing or they price your loan based on base lending rate plus, you know, base lending rate is set by the central bank, right? Plus their margin. So their margin, let's say for example 2.5%. So the rate is going to be floating lah, because the 2.5% their margin is fixed, but the base lending rate is subject to the current interest rate, because interest rate is keep on changing, right? So if the base lending rate change, then from 2%, base lending rate, let's say from 2% goes to 3%. So 3% plus 2.5%. So the rate that they charge you is no more the previous one. The rate is going to be 5.5%. That is floating. Is it okay, Muhammad? You clear?
Yeah, but the monthly payment will be changed, like
Yeah,
doctor?
yeah, yes, the monthly payment is going to be changed for floating. It's going to be changed for floating. So if the interest rate drop, then your monthly payment is also be lower lah. Okay, so that's how they do it. So it depends on the contract. So you must read the financing contract, whether it's a floating or whether it's a fixed. So if it's a fixed rate, although the rate drop, okay, so your rate is the same rate at the time of you enter into the contract. Is it okay, Muhammad?
Yeah, doctor.
Yeah.
But how do the consumer get the exact amount? Because the bank will be keep changing the amount.
Yeah, the computation will be based on, as I said just now, the computation will be based on the base lending rate from their margin, right? So they can change the rate. They can change the rate at the time of their computation. So because their computation, because just now when we do the computation, we use 6%, right? 6% per year. 6% per year. So 6% per year is equivalent 6% per year. You divide with 12, that means 0.05% per month, right? So if you use floating, maybe now 0.05%, and then after that 0.06%. You can do that kind of computation lah. Using Excel, you can do it. But then I don't want to do it here because it's a bit complicated, right? But actually you can do it because 6% divided by 12 is flat, 0.05. But if you adjust in month number 3, you adjust to become 0.07. You can do it, right? So Excel can cater that, no problem. Yeah. Is it okay, Muhammad?
Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
All right. Thank you, doctor.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone? Okay, so if you don't have any question, when can you submit to me the assignment? When can you submit?
Tonight, Doctor, inshallah.
Tonight.
Yes.
MashaAllah. Then you want to see the football, right?
So,
You don't want to see
I don't-
football.
do it tomorrow.
I want to see Doctor.
Can you submit it tomorrow?
Okay, you submit tomorrow. You submit tomorrow, Ken? Tomorrow.
Doctor, I have a question, Doctor.
Yeah.
Basically, the answers would be meaning different or subjective according to students, right?
Yes, different person, different answer lah, right?
Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, cannot be the same answer, right? Because Beya different age, Beya comfortable in paying certain amount, right? Muhammad is different, so it's going to
Yes,
be
yes,
different, you know.
Okay, thank you,
So
Doctor.
clear, thank you. So when can you give me the answer? Not tonight lah, because I think you also tired, right? So maybe tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow what time?
Tomorrow night.
By weekend, okay, Doctor? Is it okay?
Oh, weekend. Oh, weekend
Yeah.
cannot. Weekend cannot.
Okay. Then by tomorrow, inshallah.
Okay, can I have tomorrow before 8 o'clock? Not in the morning.
Okay.
8 o'clock at night.
Sure.
Okay, Doctor.
So
Inshallah.
when can you submit? No. When? Not where. When?
Before 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
before 8 o'clock tomorrow. Before 8 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, where are you going to submit? You submit in WhatsApp group. Okay, you submit in WhatsApp group. You put your name in the A4 paper. Put your name and then do the same the thing that we discussed just now. Put your name, put your metric, submit into the WhatsApp group. Then after that, I will download it and I put in my file and that I save in my folder and that will be your assignment. Is it okay? So if you ask me what's the assignment, our assignment is continuous. Like this lah. I will not give one assignment at the end of the semester you submit. No, I don't do that. I will every topic then I will give a assignment. It's called continuous assignment. Is it okay? Okay, so before 8 p.m. tomorrow, please submit to the WhatsApp group. Okay, in the what we call it this Microsoft Word document. Don't forget to put your name and your metric. And then there are two computation. Number one is the house financing, and number two is the retirement. So that means if you talk about time value of money, although you have learned the basic, but actually it is very useful for the daily life. For example, you can plan for the house purchase. For example, you can place for retirement also. And for example, you can also place for do computation for your vehicle financing. Right? So, but vehicle financing is not annuity. Vehicle financing, the contract is based on simple interest. But for housing, is based on annuity. Retirement based on annuity. As I have explained to you just now. Yeah, is it okay? Is it clear? Okay, all right. So that's about all for tonight. So inshallah next week we will have the physical class as usual lah. Only for today, right? Okay, anything else? So can I do the project paper for using time value of money? Of course you can do, right? Of course you can do. Just use Excel. So how do you do that? Yeah, you can survey the what we call it. You can survey the